now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage doTERRA founding executive, product marketing and branding services, Rob Young.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be with you this afternoon and to present. I'm taking on a little bit of different role this year at convention, and I'm thrilled with the assignment that I have this afternoon because I've been asked to talk to you today about the Lifelong Vitality Pack, okay? And I love, as you know me, and you know I love talking about the Lifelong Vitality Pack, but I'm going to start with a few fun photos. Is that okay? First one I want to show to you is I took this picture almost 10 years ago today of my first 4 wonderful partners, and we were kind of a little bit of a rough group when we began this whole adventure called doTERRA. After I took those pictures, I asked everybody to go home and put some nicer clothes on, and we made our first attempt at kind of dolling up and having an official looking executive photo. Do you like that picture? Do you guys remember that? That used to be on our very first website. So I wanted to share another interesting photo with you. This is a picture from a binder that I have in my office. And this binder has pages that I shared with my partners before I was even officially a part of doTERRA. I was just helping them out as some old friends of mine. And here you see the little number 1 in that dot by doTERRA. That was the name that had emerged from an exercise that I had brought them through about naming their company. Are you guys happy where we landed? All right. In fact, this is a picture. As soon as they kind of got excited about that name, I ran to my desk and I typed in doTERRA in a URL purchase site, and it came back and it was available. So it was like, yes, okay, for once, something that's still available as a URL, okay? But from that, we as you know, we came up with kind of our logo and our wonderful brand, created this wonderful image for our products, and we began to source these wonderful essential oils. And what a beautiful journey it has been. When I was first approached by my partners about joining doTERRA, my expectations, and I told them this, is, I would really just like to, in this phase of my career, I'd like to be involved with a company that I can be proud of, that sells products that help people, a company that has integrity and that really cares about people more than they care about profits. And if I could work for a company like that and make a little bit of money to pay for the bills for my wife and my kids, that really I would be a blessed individual, and I really wouldn't want a whole lot more in life. And I need to tell you that my partners kept their end of that bargain with me when I got involved with doTERRA, and we've accomplished all those things that I hoped to accomplish when I first started to help my partners with doTERRA. But I have to tell you too, my life and my experiences over the last 10 years have exceeded even my best and most hopeful dreams. So I love doTERRA and I love all of you, and I'm so grateful to be a part of this company that we call doTERRA. I love the theme of this convention, you, because this really is about you, and it's about all the people in the world that are being impacted in such a positive way at doTERRA. Now, I did have one other little bit of a caveat that I talked to my partners. I said, if I could have all those things, that would be great. But I said, if it's not, there's one more thing I want to do, because before I joined doTERRA, I had a kind of a history and a career in developing and marketing dietary supplement products. And I really had a strong belief, still continue to have a strong belief, in teaching people a healthy lifestyle and eating right. And a lot of what I had done before I came to doTERRA revolved around kind of supplementing those healthy behaviors and eating and teaching people how to eat correctly with some nice dietary supplement products. And I asked my partners, I said, is there a space for this at doTERRA? I know we're going to be about oils, and I was completely willing to go 100% head first into the world of essential oils. I love essential oils. But that led to a conversation that we had about, well, what is our mission as a company? If our mission is to essential oils, but even more important, to help people be more well and create health in the world with essential oils, I said, is there a place for these some of these dietary supplements? And this is where, from that, as Dr. Hill explained today, emerged this kind of vision of a wellness philosophy, very foundational and basic, but still profound wellness philosophy. And obviously, the essential oils had a place in that, but we as a company decided that, you know, our vision for our product line was going to expand a little bit beyond just essential oils, and that we wanted to provide at least some foundational products that would contribute to overall wellness. And that's where the supplements came in to our product mix. And from that emerged this product. Anybody remember this first product? This was the original Lifelong Wellness Pack that we had. And it was a great product. Since that time, we've worked to improve and enhance that. And we've kind of landed at our Lifelong Vitality Pack. And we've gone through a few iterations, but we have a wonderful, where we are today is, we believe, the best foundational dietary supplement program, and we're talking about overall health and wellness. And I want to say, too, today I'm just kind of a salad before you get the meal, okay? Because Dr. Leverance is going to come out today and go a deeper dive on the science behind these products. Sometimes you're kind. I have people thank me for having created these products, and I have to demur a little bit and explain that I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a biochemist, but I've worked with a lot of very, very smart people throughout my career. And during my career, I've asked those very smart people, as doctors and biochemists, nutritionists, I said, if you were creating your own product, what would you put in it? And they would tell me, and I'd go write it down in my little book that I keep, okay? And I kept asking those people, well, if that's what you would do, why aren't you doing it? Okay? And I never I'd say, are the ingredients safe? Yes. Are they effective? Have they been supported with clinical evidence? Of course they have. And that's what you would put in the product. Yes. Well, why don't you put them in the product? And I always got back the same answer. And that was, oh, the ingredients are too expensive. Okay? So I couldn't wait to have an opportunity to create a line of products where we started with the product first and we ignored how much the ingredients cost, and we created that perfect supplement program, and then we figured out how to sell it afterwards, okay? And that's the genesis behind our Lifelong Vitality products. And if you want to thank me for asking the obvious question, I'll take that credit. But again, this is reflective of a lot of different scientists that have established the efficacy of these ingredients that we put in the product, okay? But today, I'm going to quickly try to do in 30 minutes what usually I take about 60 minutes to do in the field. And from that 30 minutes, I want you guys to think in your mind today, I want you to take away 30 seconds from what I'm saying, okay? Because all of you, if you're on the Lifelong Vitality product, you really should be able to give a 30-second answer to someone if they say, what's the Lifelong Vitality Pack? All right? So we're going to talk about that today. I'm going to just highlight a few of the main reasons or our formulation approach when we first developed the Lifelong Vitality Pack. But I made a video. I did some research yesterday, and I'm going to show you that video now about a little bit of marketing research I did with you on the Lifelong Vitality Pack yesterday. Hey, my doTERRA friends. We're going to head out on the street this afternoon and do a little marketing research on our Lifelong Vitality Pack. Hey, how are you doing?
you're like my favorite.
Oh,
I
so
know-
that's how you do?
yeah.
All right.
You and Emily, so, you know.
Okay, second try with hair this time. Hopefully we get down the elevator. Hey, do you mind if I ask what doTERRA is and all these people are here for?
Yeah, doTERRA is essential oils.
What, like, what's that? Do you mind if I ask what this doTERRA stuff is?
doTERRA, yeah. It's doTERRA.
Do?
It's an essential oil company based in Utah.
Do you mind me asking what does that mean? doTERRA? Yeah. What are essential oils? No, sorry. Yeah.
Terra means a gift from the earth.
This you'll notice doTERRA. You'll see it because it's
Yeah.
everywhere.
What's an essential oil?
What's an essential
Yeah.
oil? Well,
It would be oils that you would use that are all natural for you.
Like fish oils, type of thing?
Well, no.
I don't know what they are. Like in
essential
general,
oils.
it's essential oils.
Smell.
Oh,
And
that's
if you
pretty.
if you like it, just put on your neck.
Like this?
Like this.
Like this? Like do you eat them or?
Put a drop in your hands,
Okay.
rub them together,
All right.
and now inhale.
Like this?
So like,
Oh, that's strong.
there you go. That's how you use essential oil.
Kind of a perfume type of thing.
No, never has getting healthy smelled so good. They do smell wonderful, but as plant derivatives,
Oh,
they are absorbed by your body and allowing it to heal itself.
doTERRA?
doTERRA is an essential oil company. Have you heard of essential oils?
No, I haven't.
So they're pretty cool. They're basically just concentrated plants. So
Okay.
they have all kinds of different uses.
What is it?
Know where to start to tell you. It is the best thing ever in the entire world.
doTERRA?
Yeah, what is that?
It's only the greatest essential oil company in the world.
But it's used for therapeutic, for emotional, for environmental, all sorts of stuff.
Oh,
You can smell them, you can put them on your skin, or you can.
oh, because
take
everybody's
overall
like
wellness.
everybody smells so good.
doTERRA?
Yeah.
It's essential oils. Have you ever heard of essential oils?
There's a guy down there who was handing out samples, and I took one, and then he said, "Oh yeah, that's." You
How
get,
did you get that?
That's a new yoga oil.
he was just giving them out, and he had.
That's amazing.
You on it?
Can I smell it?
They gave you that?
He was just gave it to me down the street over there. So, I don't know. What is it?
If you don't want it, I'll take it from you.
All right, you can have it.
For real?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. What? Kind of into more like the dietary supplement stuff. Do they do any stuff like that?
Yes, or only one. We
Really?
have only one. Yes, because this is enough.
That's
Yeah.
great. The lifelong. Oh, he said it's pretty good. Oh, all right. Sorry. Do you guys sell like supplements too? Because he was going on and on about like a product called LLV. Or
LLV is amazing.
I thought that was something like a European handbag brand or something. What is LLV then?
Lifelong vitality.
Total Life Nutrition.
It's true. They formulated them so that your body can really absorb them and use them. And
Oh, do you guys take it?
Yeah. Every day.
Because he was saying it was like changing his life. He said
It's number one.
It
selling
really
product.
did change my life.
it did.
Because I have and it, changed everything. Yeah.
Would you be open to learning more about them?
Sure.
Awesome. Can I get your name and your number, and then I'll call you?
Yeah. If I give my business card, is that
I
good?
would love your card.
All right.
So my name, well, you're doTERRA. That's your business card.
Yes, I know Rob Young.
Do you?
Yeah.
Would you take a sample, a free gift from Rob Young if he was talking to you?
You are Rob Young.
Look across the street over the camera. There's our camera. You're going to be in my video tomorrow if you'll let me. You did a great
Yeah, I
job.
just realized
You did
it because
perfect.
I saw a picture of you.
Do you mind if I ask what doTERRA means? Keep going. Keep going. I'm totally into that.
Wait, this is Rob Young.
Hey, shh. Leave me alone. Keep walking. Keep on walking. Keep move along, ladies. Move along. It's okay. You can, I'm gonna go back to work.
Hey, I need a picture of you.
Okay, let's get a
Together.
picture. Okay.
Unbelievable.
There, okay.
can't believe
Good to
it.
meet you. And I gotta get over. I'm asking what that do.
doTERRA.
Yeah, I
essential
see
oils.
everybody all over.
Rob. Oh, you are
Karen, you move it along.
You are too
You
cute.
troublemakers.
What did you really want to ask us and get a
I wanted to know if you use the Lifelong Vitality Pack and if you love it.
single day my whole life for 6 years, and it's changed my life.
I know who you are. Do you have a camera? Take off your glasses.
Turn around
Am I being
and wave to
filmed?
Brandon across the street. Tell me how you feel about the Lifelong Vitality Pack.
Do you want to know why?
Why?
Do you want to know I take it daily?
Yes.
All of your vitamins that you need, plus essential oils, omega-3, 6, and 9, and cellular health.
That's good. All those antioxidants, those
All of them,
polyphenols, and those,
right?
they're good. That's a great product. Good foundation.
It's a good
Okay.
foundation.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, do you want my I'll give you my card if you want. Okay.
I can't believe you. That nobody here has that.
What's your name?
It's Melanie.
Melanie? I'm Rob Young.
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Melanie.
Wave to my camera guy over there. Okay.
I'm gonna miss lunch because of you.
Oh, go. Oh, okay. I don't know. Sorry.
All right.
Okay, now some of you did pretty good yesterday with your 30 seconds. Some of you didn't even give me 30 seconds. So anyway, think about that. Let me go through and I'm going to talk a little bit about our lifelong vitality program today, okay? And we say our product is going to help you live younger longer. And it's based on, we go back to this, this philosophy or this theory of what we call compression of morbidity. And what that is, you know, as a people in the world today, we are living longer as far as number of years or lifespan, but we're seeing an unhealthy trend of the earlier and earlier onset of chronic disease in that longer lifespan, okay? And we don't, that's a bad direction that we're moving in. Certainly we want to live longer, but we want to compress that the onset of the chronic diseases. We'd like to compress that into the very, very last few years of our life, okay? Now, scientists, they look at our lifespan and they think we actually, our bodies, our organs, our tissues, in the ideal circumstances, could live maybe 120 plus years, okay? But because of some different issues that impact us, we don't live that long, okay? But the primary driving factor in this earlier and earlier onset of chronic disease goes back to lifestyle choices that we're making, unhealthy lifestyle choices that we're making. And that's why we included, as Dr. Hill explained, in this wellness lifestyle pyramid, the first four foundational steps of this wellness lifestyle include healthy lifestyle choices. And obviously, on that first step of eating right, these beautiful nutrients that are in the Lifelong Vitality Pack kind of start at the bottom, and then they have their influence from the bottom up, and they seem really nice with the essential oils, okay? Now, we could take a long time, and perhaps one convention will spend a symposium just on the Lifelong Vitality Pack, but there are a number of we could approach this in a structure-function way, and there's a lot of clinical research that was supporting these ingredients, and we could go deep dive on a lot of those structure-function issues when it comes to our bodies. But I have found over the years that not everybody wants to listen to that, and it doesn't make the best way to share the story with some weird guy on the corner on the street at convention, okay? And really the question that's a little bit harder to ask in my career has been, how do I know if my supplements are working, okay? And that's a fair question, because a lot of the benefits of supplements are going to help us live longer, but the question is, if I'm not feeling a difference, how do I know that they're working? So we focused on that when we created the Lifelong Vitality Pack. We said, are there things we can do in a healthy way to help people feel more vitality in the short term as we're helping them with their long-term lifespan, okay? And I usually begin my Lifelong Vitality presentation with this question to the audience and says, would you like to feel younger? And if so, what makes you feel old? And I've done this around the world, and you know what? The responses are always the same. Okay, it's a common thing that people say as they start to age. Okay, and most common in those responses have to do with increased discomforts, aches and pains that we have as we get a little bit older, or as we practice unhealthy lifestyles, and also this general lack of energy or vigor or vitality. Okay, so when we formulated the Lifelong Vitality Program, we said we're going to focus on some of those things, those responses that are common that we'd find in any average group of people when it comes to kind of the complaints they have as they begin to age. Okay, and the Lifelong Vitality Pack, as you know, contains these 3 products: Alpha CRS, Z Omega, and the Microplex VMZ. Okay, but I want to just specifically address some of these issues, these higher level feeling issues today. The first is I have more discomforts as I age, and I'm going to explain this quickly, and Dr. Leverance is going to come out and go a little bit deeper dive on this. But discomfort is actually a perception that we have from some type of stimulus to our cells. Okay, so pain is actually in response to a stimulus that we call, or a response that we call inflammation. Okay, this is just a simple cartoon of a cell. When our cells encounter some type of a stimulus, messages are sent to the DNA, the nucleus of our cell. This is a very, I'm oversimplifying this, but then there's messages that go back out. There's a response to that. And as we age, there are different stressors that can accelerate that aging process and can increase kind of those aches that we have and those pains as we get a little bit older, or as we aren't following good healthy practices. Okay, so there's a very common stressor that's associated with this accelerating the aging process that we call free radical stress or oxidative stress on our cells. So I hope you all know this, but what is a free radical? All right, is this a free radical? It's not, right? Free radicals are molecules that have one or more unpaired electrons, and that makes them unstable. If you remember, your molecules like their electrons to be in pairs. So a free radical molecule, when it comes in contact with another stable molecule, can steal or rip that molecule from that stable molecule, turning it into a free radical molecule, and that leads to a destructive chain reaction of what we call oxidation. All right, and when that happens on a cellular level, that causes some problems. Now, where do they come from? Well, there's outside sources of free radicals that come from even the sunlight that we're exposed to, but from different pollutions and toxins that we might take into our bodies. But there are also internal or intrinsic sources of free radicals. In fact, the greater stress in your body, oxidative stress in your body, comes from the internal production of free radical molecules in our cells. And that's because in our cells we have little structures, that we call the mitochondria. And the mitochondria are the little engines in our cells that produce a chemical that we call ATP. In the mitochondria, we combine the oxygen we breathe and the food that we eat, and we produce this chemical called ATP. And ATP is an energy chemical that drives all energy, all action in your life, okay? And that's a great thing. But just like a car engine, there's an exhaust to that process, and that exhaust comes in the form of free radical molecules. And again, when that is happening in your cells, then it can damage and put oxidative stress on your cells, and particularly we want to be concerned about the damage that it might be doing to the DNA in the nucleus of our cells. And if we don't keep that oxidative stress in check, then we get to this chronic burn of oxidative stress in our bodies, and it can accelerate aging and lead to some of these other issues, including the discomfort that we get when we start to age. Okay? Now, that's happening in all our cells all the time to all of us. It's kind of a depressing thought, right? But do you think nature wouldn't provide a solution to that? We have to have ATP to live, and an exhaust is a byproduct of that chemistry. Well, of course, nature would provide an answer, and that answer comes in the form of some stable molecules that we call antioxidants. And antioxidants have electrons to spare. And when they come in contact with free radicals, they share their electrons, they neutralize those free radicals, and everything's fine, okay? Then we avoid some of that damage and that stress from those free radicals in our cells. Now, just like free radicals, Antioxidants have outside sources and inside sources, okay? We depend on to get antioxidants from the foods that we eat, especially our fruits and vegetables, okay? Milkshakes aren't high sources of antioxidants, all right? Unless you put some in there, I guess. But our body also depends on our own internal production of certain classes of antioxidants, okay? So what can we do to balance that oxidative stress in our cells? Well, I hope it's obvious the first thing we can do is eat more fresh fruits and vegetables, okay? It's the colorful fruits and vegetables that we consume usually have high levels of these wonderful variety of antioxidants, and integrating fruits and vegetables in a large way into your diet is a great investment you can make, both in your longevity and also your short-term vitality, okay? But we know that's not always possible. It's also prudent to consider using a dietary supplement that has high level of these important antioxidants. And the Lifelong Vitality Pack represents a super antioxidant cocktail of some very important classes of very powerful antioxidants, okay? And those are or outside sources of antioxidants, but we also have an ingredient in the Alpha CRS product. It's an extract of milk thistle that has been standardized to an active compound that we call silymarin. And why that's exciting, although it does function as an antioxidant, it also works to upregulate the production in the liver of a ubiquitous internal antioxidant that we call glutathione. And that's a very important antioxidant that's used all the time in all of our cells. So that's why we've included that extract of milk thistle. Now, Dr. Hill talked today about some essential oils that have, one of their properties is that they function as antioxidants. And that's why we included the essential oils in the Z Omega product. One of the reasons is because they're very powerful antioxidants, especially that clove. Clove is one of the more powerful antioxidants that we can use safely internally. If you look at the sum of the antioxidant capacity in the Lifelong Vitality Pack, if you're taking the whole thing on a daily basis, you're getting the equivalent of over 12 servings of fruits and vegetables in your daily consumption of the Lifelong Vitality Pack. So that's a huge amount, a great insurance policy, along with eating lots of fruits and vegetables, that you're balancing that oxidative stress in your cells. And if we can lower that stress on our cells, then we can help lower that defensive response in our cells. Okay, the next thing we do in this aging equation is we said, what could we do nutritionally? Is there something we can do to help mediate that defensive response? And there are things we can do. We know that through different nutrients, we can help mediate that response. Let's go back to our cartoon of the cell. Around each cell, we have what we call a cell membrane. Okay, the cell membrane keeps the water outside of the cell from the water inside the cell. Okay, keeps the activity separate. Well, in addition to being a barrier, that cell membrane also functions as a communication portal. And when our cells have a stimulus, including oxidative stress, they send messages to our cells, and then there's a response, okay? So they act kind of as the guards or the communication messengers in each one of our cells. Now, there are these cell membranes are made up of fats or lipids, and a particular class of fats called the essential fatty acids, all right? And some of those fatty acids, their job is to say, hey, they cry wolf, and others say calm down. Again, Dr. Leverance is going to go into this in greater detail. So what can we do? Well, we know there are certain foods that have some of these healthy essential fatty acids, and usually we find those in fish. And so we put fish oil essential fatty acids in the form of omega-3 fatty acids in our Z Omega product. We also put some plant-based essential fatty acids in the Z Omega product to help, again, mediate that response, all right? The other thing, those essential oils, as well as functioning as antioxidants, also have been studied and shown to help mediate that normal healthy response in our cells to the different types of stressors. Now, there's another important ingredient that we have in Alpha CRS that comes from a plant called Boswellia serrata. Now, where have you heard that name before? Okay, we have Boswellia family of plants from which we get our essential oils. Well, this is their Indian cousin. Okay, this is Boswellia serrata. Now, we're not getting the essential oils from this plant. We're getting instead an active compound that we call boswellic acids from the Boswellia serrata plant. And those boswellic acids have also been studied to help, they've been demonstrated to show they help mediate that response, and they're great to be used for muscle and joint issues and muscle and joint support. Okay? So all of those antioxidants and those other ingredients that we pull together are a great way then we can look at lowering that oxidative stress, helping mediate that defensive response, and that gives us that great benefit that we hear so often of people who use Lifelong Vitality, that they have kind of less aches, less pains that are associated kind of with that unhealthy lifestyle and aging, okay? So that's the first thing we did when we went to design this program. Then we went to the next most common complaint that we might hear when we ask people if they feel older, and that is they have just this less vitality. They have less energy, okay? Now, I want you to just quickly close your eyes. I want you to imagine the last time it was Wednesday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and you just were really tired, okay? Think in your mind, what are you going to do? Okay, now walk into the restroom at your office, look in the mirror, now open your eyes, okay? Did this match any of what you're saying? So this is a real common problem, not just as we age, but even young people have this issue, okay? We have this overall kind of malaise that's set in our modern world, that we just have kind of, we're all tired and we're fatigued and we're run down, okay? And what causes that? Well, there's obvious some lifestyle issues, okay? I put these in two categories. There's stressors like no sleep, and we get sick, we have toxicity in our environment, okay? Again, poor diet, no exercise, being overweight. Obviously, all those things can make us feel less energy, okay? But we also have some things that are associated with aging when it comes to our mitochondria function. And by the way, those issues are accelerated if we're not managing our healthy lifestyle choices on the other side of this chart. So let's go back and talk about the mitochondria again. Okay, remember, in the mitochondria, we're producing this energy chemical that we call ATP. As we age, what happens is we have fewer mitochondria per cell. They're less efficient at producing ATP, and the exhaust from those mitochondria can become more toxic as we age and as we're unhealthy, okay? So the next thing we did after we put that great blend of those cellular longevity ingredients in the alpha CRSs, we put together a collection of nutrients that we know help with the chemistry of that ATP production in cells, okay? And we put that in a blend that we call our cellular energy blend. And if you look at each one of these ingredients, you've probably seen these and heard about these in the news, seen these in other products. But before Alpha CRS Plus, you probably never saw a product with all of these ingredients at these levels in any product. That makes this product very, very unique, okay? I'm often, when we show this product to people that are familiar with supplements and they see that list of ingredients at those levels, they're quite amazed that we put those ingredients in the product. I put the amounts on here because this is significant, and I want to tell you, we don't fairy dust. In the industry, we call it fairy dusting. We don't fairy dust our product with these ingredients. These are at levels. When you look at the clinical studies that show these help, these are the levels in those clinical studies. Okay, sometimes people will add a little bit just for the label claim. We don't do this, and this is a very powerful blend of nutrients that help in that chemistry of that ATP production in your mitochondria. So we focused around that mitochondria health with these ingredients. Now, part of that complaint that I don't have a lot of energy, and I'm going to list this as a separate, it's kind of like, I will call this mind energy, okay? Said, you know what, I'm not sharp like I used to be. I lose my keys more often than I did before, okay? And we put an additional ingredient in that group of ingredients for the mitochondria for mind energy, and we added an extract of ginkgo biloba, okay? And ginkgo biloba has been shown through many clinical trials to help support memory and focus. It's also an adaptogen, help as a kind of an anti-stress ingredient, and it's also neuroprotective. Okay, and that's significant. Okay, and I'm going to talk about another benefit that comes from taking lifelong vitality that's related kind of to this whole area of neuroprotection. Okay, but we added that ginkgo biloba, so you'd also, including in addition to that physical energy, you're going to get kind of that focus and mind energy. And that, again, this brings me to the next issue, and that is a lot of people who don't have a lot of vitality also complain, like, honestly, if I'm honest with you, I'm kind of feeling a little bit kind of down all the time. All right? And people that have taken the Lifelong Vitality product often report that, you know what, my mood and my outlook is a lot brighter. And they say, why would that happen? Okay, well, let's talk a little bit quickly about this beautiful picture of your brain. Your brain is actually made up of fat cells, of lipids. Okay? As we take those antioxidants, we're protecting those lipids from oxidizing. Okay? And we take some of those other nutritional factors, we can keep the metabolism going and supporting that brain function. Now, we knew that this was one benefit of the Lifelong Vitality program when we designed it, but we were a little bit surprised, honestly, as people started to use the product, how often we heard the profound effects when it comes to people's mood and their kind of brightness when it comes to taking the Lifelong Vitality program. We expected that, but because there are a lot of scientific reasons for that, but that has been a wonderful benefit that people have as we've brought those nutrients together. We're happily surprised that this was even a stronger benefit than we had anticipated. Now, those mind energy ingredients, those mitochondrial ingredients, we want you feeling, again, young, hip, ready to go again, okay? But this is not our goal with this product, all right? Because what's as important as what goes into the Lifelong Vitality program is what we don't put in that, okay? And I could put some stuff in there and get you all feeling pretty pepped up, but there's a downside to that if we put those unhealthy ingredients in the product. So we don't include stimulants in the products. We don't pack it with sugar for some immediate energy that comes from that kind of boost, okay? These ingredients are for long-term vitality, okay? This is a healthy approach to increasing vitality. Now, there are these other wonderful essential nutrients that you get in the product. When we call something an essential nutrient, we mean it's essential and it can't be made in your body. You need to get it from the food that you eat, okay? So you get essential fatty acids and those wonderful essential vitamins and minerals in our product that are also critical for that energy production. Now, just a note on the ingredients, essential nutrients that we use in our product, okay? They are both standardized and bioavailable. Standardized meaning if I take a plant extract or a food extract, and if I don't standardize it to some type of marker in it to make sure I have its activity, it could vary in its benefits to you from batch to batch to batch. So we use ingredients that have been standardized to the active components of those ingredients. The other thing is we include ingredients that we say are bioavailable, meaning they're in a format that your body can recognize them, like they recognize them in food, and they can be absorbed easily and metabolized easier in your body, okay? Now, if we get people on a good foundational program of essential nutrients, there are lots of great things that can happen, okay? We know it can support a healthy immune system. We know it can help people sleep better, all right? We know it can have you have more healthy skin and more healthy hair. President Company excluded, but okay, I got healthy skin though, okay? And that leads us back to where I started. We could take more time today and we could go deep dive into all these other structure function benefits in your body that comes from optimal nutrition, all right? And we'll do that at another time. But again, the reason I wanted to emphasize these feeling benefits today is because that's usually how we want to start as we explain the Lifelong Vitality Pack with somebody who hasn't used that before, okay? And it's been a great experience for us, and I expected this to happen, but it's been personally satisfying to have so many people come up to me on an ongoing basis and tell me how their lives they have more vitality, and tell me of all the wonderful, great things that they experience by taking the Lifelong Vitality program. All right, and I hope everybody here takes the program. Now, one other thing for your 30-second speech, that your elevator speech that you're formulating in your mind today, if you were to go out and source or go buy products that have all these ingredients at the levels that we have them in our Lifelong Vitality program, if you were to cobble together that type of a program, you would be spending in excess of $250, probably in excess of $300, okay? But we present these products to you in such a way that if you were to buy those products individually, you'd save $100 or more dollars by getting these ingredients in the Lifelong Vitality program. But we didn't stop there, as you know. We put all those products together and said, we want everybody taking these every day the rest of their life. This is going to be foundational at doTERRA. And that's where you get these products at the low price when you buy them as a kit. And as you know, we also have a way that you can add other products like Dr. Hill talked about today, Terrazyme, PB Assist Plus, and other products to this foundational program. If you'll commit to that program, we've also made it affordable for you to add other products to create foundational supplement program at doTERRA that will be unparalleled in the industry anywhere and at the lowest price that you can get anywhere. And this is a fantastic product, okay? Now, one final feature when we talk about the Lifelong Vitality program is that we have a money-back guarantee that goes with that product. And that is, as you share these products with your friends, your family, and if they have any hesitation to try it, you can explain that, look, if you don't feel better, if you really honestly don't feel better, more vitality after 30 days of taking this program, you can return the product, they'll give you your money back, all right? Now, of course, we've honored that in some cases, but we literally have sold millions of boxes of the Lifelong Vitality Pack, and rarely do we have people return it for this 30-day guarantee. And that's a testament, I think, to the great ingredients in this product, okay? All right, it's time for your quiz, okay? You got on the elevator, you push the button, and then Pam walks on, okay? This is Pam, and she says, you know what? You always seem to be so peppy and energetic. What's your secret, okay? You got 30 seconds. What are you going to say, okay? We'll start with how you feel, right? It's like, oh, Pam, I've got to tell you, I'm taking the greatest new product from the most awesome company, okay? It's this dietary supplement product. It's given me energy. I don't have the aches that I used to have, and I just still feel so great on it. You really got to try this. And you know what? I've tried other supplements before. I tried to make a program like this. I've spent triple the money that I on this product. This product priced at a great price. And you know what, Pam? You ought to try it. Because if you don't feel better, and you'll feel better, but if you don't, they'll give you your money back. So what do you got to lose? Put down that coffee. Take my Lifelong Vitality for a couple weeks. See how you feel. Okay, Pam? Ding. Elevator's over. Okay? Did I convince her? I don't know. Pam then takes the product. She comes to your doTERRA meeting. She signs up. She's crossing as a diamond next convention on your front line. It's that easy, right? Anyway, this product is fundamental to our mission at doTERRA, and that's to help people live more healthy. Again, if you're not taking this product, consider taking this product. If you take this product and love this product, keep taking it. It's a wonderful addition to our product line. Again, I'm grateful to be here this afternoon. You guys are great. We're going to welcome out Dr. Leverance, and you're going to listen to him. He's the doctor. I'm just the guy that answers the obvious question that why doesn't someone create a program like this? But anyway, you guys are great. Thank you.